Hey everybody, welcome back to Anthony's Horror and More, and today I want to show you guys my recent NECA figure pickups and one other figure that's not a NECA, but it's a really nice looking figure, so I thought I'd just toss it in there. Um, yeah, guys, it's been a while since I've done a NECA unboxing or whatever. I try to switch it up. I like talking about movies. I like talking about NECA figures, Spirit Halloween figures. I like reviewing movies, talking about physical media, all that kind of stuff. So, sometimes I might get a little behind here and there, but don't worry, I'll always go back to it because I just love talking about all this stuff, all this nerdy shit. So, it's just whatever I'm in the mood, for, to talk about at the time. I'm not really just a toy channel. I'm not really just a movie channel or physical media channel. I kind of like to do all of it. I like talking about everything. So, it keeps things interesting. Otherwise, I'd get bored and I'd probably quit, honestly. You know what I mean? So, I got to keep it interesting to me and for you guys too, because I'm sure, I know there are toy people out there that are like, dude, do more toy unboxings. And there's probably people out there like the physical media guys that are like, talk about more physical media. But I gotta switch it up. I gotta go back and forth because I just get kind of bored. You know what I mean? And I don't want to get burned out of talking about one or the other. So yeah, let's talk about some toys today. We got Terminator, the Terminator with Arnold Schwarzenegger looking like a complete badass. Yes, 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 yes. So cool. And here's the figure. I went ahead and put one of the alternate head sculpts on there already. Because I think this is the head sculpt I'm going to keep on him. I just think it looks the most badass. Look at all that blood and everything, that red eye. And then, of course, he's got the biker boots on, the sweet leather jacket, the gloves, and the hands are, both like trigger finger hands. He has an assortment of different guns that I'm going to show you guys in a minute. And of course, you got the bullet holes on the back. You got another bullet hole on the side, on the shoulder there. A couple more on the chest. I just like the blood that they put on there. Some good detail. The one thing with NECA that I noticed is they have a hard time doing face sculpts a lot of time for human characters, but I think they nailed it pretty well for Terminator. I just, sometimes like I think NECA does a really great job with like their creature designs and their like, even like their Jasons, and their Freddy Kruegers and Michael Myers, and all those. I think they do, the Kessler, werewolf looks great, but I think sometimes with the human faces, they just have a little bit of a hard time getting that like screen accuracy. But I think this one looks damn good. And here's a couple more. This is the head sculpt that was on it originally. I went ahead and popped that one off. It's a cool one. I like it. I like the black shades, but I like the like half, bloodied up face, with the fucking robot eye poking out there, Okay. There's that one from the famous scene when he's in the bathroom. He's picking at that eye there. So cool. Actually, they have that scene right here on the back of the box. Right there. Which is pretty cool. Except for, in the film, he's looking at himself, he's in like a bathroom, he's in the bathroom of that like motel, but yeah, it's pretty sweet. And then, he's got some additional trigger finger hands with some blood on them. And here's another one. Pretty cool. Where the gloves are a little bit more like, see, they're ripped and bloody, as opposed to these ones are, they're still normal. So you can switch them out for the bloodier ones if you want, which I'll probably do because I have the bloody face sculpt on there. So I should probably put these I should probably put the bloody hands on there as well. Yeah, so cool, man. And then, of course, he has his arsenal here, and he uses a lot of guns in the film, but they only give you 3 here, but they give you the combat shotgun, 12 gauge. Pretty cool. They give you the AR-18. Pretty badass. And they give you the 38 special. Not bad. And yeah, and that's it, guys. I mean, yeah, I think overall pretty impressive figure. I really, really like him. Let's go ahead and switch those hands out right now. So you just want to do like a nice like twist and pull, you know, so that way you don't break anything. Don't just try to go like this because you might break the ball joint. See the little ball joint in there? You don't want to break that. You don't want to snap that off. And then we put on one of the bloody hands. And we just kind of do the same thing. Kind of twist and push it in, twist and push it in. So yeah. Sometimes you'll hear a pop, sometimes you won't. Let's see. Sometimes they're a complete pain in the ass. Oh, there we go. We'll take the other one off. Oh, that one came off super easy. We'll put the other bloody hand in there. Make them look cool and screen accurate. You know, and if you guys don't mind, please drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. All that good shit. Son of a bitch. That's why I try to get this done prior, because this is the kind of shit you go through when you're doing it. Jesus Christ. Okay. We got it in there. There we go. Now he's got the bloody trigger finger hands. Hope that was enjoyable for you guys to watch. That's why I try to get these prepared and ready to go prior, because sometimes it could just be a bitch to get that stuff on and off. All right, so that one's out of the way. That's the Terminator. Next up, just picked this one up a couple days ago. Just actually no, this one was about a week ago. Yeah, the Terminator was like a couple weeks ago. This was like a week ago, something like that. And that is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Chainsaw Clark. Now, I do love Christmas Vacation. Great Christmas movie, but I usually don't pick up figures like this. I prefer horror. I usually stick with horror for the most part. There are some exceptions, which one of them I do have here. But when I saw Chainsaw Clark, I had to fucking have it. I mean, come on, man. Look at how cool this thing is. This is big ass chainsaw. Now, I gotta say, guys, I am not gonna take the mask off of him. I'm sorry. I would show you the face sculpt, but this was a complete pain in the ass. You saw how hard it was just to get that one hand on Terminator there? Okay, it took me way longer. It was way harder to get this damn mask on him, because it is so tight. I mean, you guys can't even tell, but it is so tight on his face right now. I'm worried that if I go to like try to remove it, I'm gonna break the straps, or I'm gonna like scratch up his face trying to do it. So I'm just gonna leave it on there, guys. I'm sorry about that. It's an okay looking face sculpt. You can see his eyes there. He's kind of got like this expression, like he's surprised. I think they did that on purpose, so that way it really highlights his eyes through the mask. Also, the chainsaw is a bitch too. because there's a couple pieces that actually like disconnect from the chainsaw, and that's how you have to get it on. There's like these parts right here. See this thing right here? It's so hard to tell, but it's like, see like this piece that he's gripping, it's pegged in. So like the one peg comes out and the other peg comes out, you know, out of there, and then you have to put the hand on and then peg it back in order to get it's a whole pain in the ass. Go to the review spot. Shout out to the review spot, man, because he does a lot of these like unboxings and really goes through and, you know, goes through all the details and all that stuff. Way more professional than me. But go over to his channel and he'll show you exactly how to do it. That's how I learned how to do it. You know, so shout out to the review spot. Go check that out, because and sadly mine was actually broken. One of these, you know, usually when something's pegged in, you know, you just pull it out. It's easy enough. But for some reason, one of the pegs must have been like glued in there or something. So when I pulled it out, it broke. Luckily, you can't even tell the way it is. Like you can't even tell that this, where is it? Jesus Christ. This part right here is broken, but it actually goes in there pretty well, so you wouldn't even notice. But it broke. And I didn't do anything. I literally just pulled it, like, you know, and it was already like broken side, so I don't know. But it's all right. It's all good. You know, I've had broken NECA figures before. I've used my fair share of super glue, guys. I promise you that. Never feel bad, because I know with a lot of collectors, your OCD can kick in. Never feel bad when something breaks. It's better to expect that things will break, so that way you're not like, oh, you know, like, and just get yourself some super glue and glue that bitch back together. It's not the end of the world. You know, I've broken a few NECA figures. You know, I've had NECA figure. That's what the thing about being an out of the box collector. You know, sometimes the shit will fall off the shelf. Like, I mean, you see all this shit back here. Like sometimes things it'll get knocked off or whatever, and something will break, and you just gotta glue it back on. It's really not the end of the world. But yeah, that is Chainsaw Clark, man. He looks great with my other Jasons. You know, I have all the other Jasons up there and stuff, so I just had to get this to go with them. So very cool. Really great figure. Just be careful, guys, because I'm telling you, it was a bitch to get this mask on. So be mindful. It's a cool figure, but be mindful about it. All right, next up, we got Usagi Yojimbo. Take a little break from the horror. Talk about some turtle stuff. Turtles. I got this during the haul-a-thon, which was like, I don't even know. Was it a month ago now? I think a month ago. Or did it start at the beginning of March? Maybe it's been a couple months. Yeah, I think maybe it's been a couple months. I think it started in the beginning of March. It's beginning of March, beginning of April. I think it was the beginning of March that they did that whole haul-a-thon thing. And I picked up, I did a video on it. And I was like, oh, I picked up this stuff. And I showed off, I did make some individual videos. Like I did the baby turtle one. And I did the one for, what was the other one I did? Oh, and the spider gremlin. That's right up there. I did the spider gremlin and, yeah, and the baby turtles. And then I had some other stuff that I picked up that I was supposed to do videos on. And this is one of them, Usagi Yojimbo. And I went ahead and put his little hat on. He's got his badass, like, katana blades. It's got a nice little holster there for it. Really cool, so you can take these swords out of his hands and put them in the holster there. Or the sheath, I should say. The sheath. I think it's actually called something else, but I forgot. I'm just going to call it a sheath. It's like a double sheath. It's pretty badass. Yeah, just really great detail on this, man. I think he looks cool. He looks really cool. I like this black and white edition of it. I think it's really nice. There's also a colored version if you prefer that, you know, that also looks really nice. But I like this black and white look. You know, there's something about it. I think it kind of fits the character in a way too. Just really great detail. You know, and it comes with, like I said, the sheath here, the double sheath, and it comes with this little, like, you know, band thing, which was a little bit of a pain to get it perfectly right here to hold the double sheath. You know, you see this little band that's holding it here. You kind of have to. I started it. I closed the legs here and then kind of started wiggling it up until it got to his waist, and then I eventually positioned it the way I wanted it. And then same thing with the hat. Be careful because, you know, trying to get the hat over the chin and then stretch the hat on top of his head. You know, you don't want to accidentally break that, you know, that band off or anything. So just be careful, like always. You know, you always got to be careful with these figures. And then he comes with an alternate head sculpt, which is really nice. I like this one a lot too. I just kind of like him with the hat on. So, you know, you know, put the other head on. This is the one he actually comes with in the box. And then he's got a bunch of different hands. He's got his gripper hands, which I have on him now. That's, you know, how he's holding his katanas there, which I think look really cool. That's how I'm going to display him. And then he's got these cool open hands, which are also nice. And then he's got some I'm gonna knock your motherfucking lights out hands. Punch hands. Pretty cool. And then he's got his little dinosaur companion. I believe his name is Spot. Really cool. It's like a long neck, you know? See little spots there. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And then he's got his daggers, which are really nice. I like these too. I like these quite a bit. But yeah, I think how I have them is pretty nice. I like this look. Yeah, you can also kind of do cutesy things with the hat. You can like tilt it like in front of his face or whatever, you know. And you can move it further back like this. Almost kind of looks like a sombrero, you know. You can do a lot of, you can tilt it to the side, tilt it to the other side. You can do a lot of things with it. You can kind of play around with it. So yeah, really nice figure, man. I like it a lot. You know, I love the turtles. You know, it's been a long time since I've watched the cartoon and everything. You know, it's been years. I wish, you know, I would like to one day maybe get that. There's like a really cool DVD set where like all the DVDs come in this one inside the Ninja Turtle van. Like all the DVDs come inside of it. It's their actual van that they use like in the show, you know, in the animated series, and it looks so badass. Um, I've seen people show it off in their videos before, and I was like, oh man, that's so cool. You know, that'd be awesome. But yeah, I'd like to go back and watch the old series, you know. I mean, I loved it when I was a kid. I mean, I grew up watching it. It's just been a long time. And the movies, of course, too. You know, the live action movies. I'm surprised we haven't gotten like a really nice set for those yet. Like a nice steelbook set, or I don't know, just like a cool box set of some kind. I'm really shocked because I think that would sell well. You know, I really do. And then last but not least, back to the horror again. We got a Migo figure, which is pretty cool. Another yellow chainsaw in there. Now, you know, typically I am an out-of-box collector, but I love the card on this, and I think I'm going to keep it on card, at least for now. You know, I also got the Creepshow Migo, which I showed off in, you know, my other haul video. You can go check that out. It's that toy haul video that I did a few videos back. I got a nice Creepshow birthday cake one. But these Migos are nice. I mean, I don't collect all the Migos, but there's certain ones when I see them. Because there's like one for the Nun, and there's one for, I think, some of the Hammer horror characters, you know, the old Hammer horror, you know, icons from back in the day. They've got them for a lot of different characters. So, But yeah, this you don't really see much merchandise for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 2022, the Netflix one. Um, just Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I believe is what it's called, not the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, see, just Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's the Netflix one, which I liked. I know a lot of people didn't, for various reasons or whatever. But I actually thought this movie was pretty good. You actually got a massacre in the movie. You know what I mean? That bus scene. I mean, I think that's awesome. And I get some of the characters are definitely annoying as fuck, but I think the point of the movie is they have all these annoying ass characters, kind of like in the remake to Friday the 13th. And then they just go through and fucking mow them all down. You got these like super privileged young kids coming in and, like, gentrifying this town, you know what I mean? And making it there. It's going to make, it's going to be a cool young hip thing or whatever. And Leatherface is like, no, bitches, you picked the wrong motherfucking town to come into and pull this shit. And he just takes them all out. I mean, I think that's great. Um, yeah, so I mean, yeah, I think it's pretty fun, bloody time. And I think this looks good. Sorry for the glare, but I think that facial detail, I knew immediately what this was when I saw it, and I was like, holy shit. You never see merchant. This doesn't even have a physical media release, for fuck's sakes. You know what I mean? It's only on Netflix, but it's got this cool Migo figure. So, there's not too much merchandise from that film. From this film here. So, I don't know. When I saw it, I had to pick it up. And it was cheap too. I think this was only like $14.99. It was like really cheap. So, not a bad deal, man. Not a bad deal. Yeah, that's about it, guys. It was fun. It was fun talking to everybody, and showing off the old collection here, kind of catching up on some stuff. Now I can put this stuff away and be done with it. Still have some other stuff that I got to show off eventually. I know, I'm slacking. I'm slacking, y'all. But we got the last Ronin, red edition. This guy's really cool. I gotta eventually unbox him and show him off. I will get around to it, I promise. It's coming. I think I was thinking about doing like a Ronin where I showed off like all the different versions of the last Ronin, because there's been a bunch of different versions. There's a red version, then there's the other version like this where it's not red, it's just normal, and then there's like the unmasked Ronin figure. I was just gonna maybe do a video where I showed them all off. And then I still gotta show the Mighty Hog and Rhino Man. This is just such a cool double pack. I'm just glad I got this stuff, man, because it really did. I know some people were saying that theirs, would sit there or did sit there or whatever. My Holothon stuff sold really well, and I've got, I've got quite a few targets around me and stuff, and they all sold out. I mean, you can still find this last Ronin red edition around, probably because people are just sick of buying the damn thing. Like how many editions do you need? But I just think it's really cool. And you can still find that, and you can still find there's some of the double packs, but most of them are gone. I mean, I'll tell you, that Holothon stuff sold very well. I was like, holy shit, like that stuff sold very well. So hopefully you guys got your hands on some of it. Like I said, I recommend it. I did a video immediately as soon as I got it was like the beginning of March or whatever. And I got lucky. I think I just got there when the vendor happened to just stock this stuff. And I just, I check my targets like probably like every other day. I constantly go in there and look for the stuff, like look for new NECA figures, Toonie Terror stuff, Migos, whatever, Pops, whatever, whatever cool stuff might be in there. you know, even some DC and Marvel stuff, you know, if they clearance it, because, you know, some of that Marvel Legends stuff is cool, but man, it's just too fucking expensive. I mean, it's crazy how expensive that stuff is. And it's just not nearly as detailed as some of the NECA stuff. So I just can't, you know, I'll wait for it to go clearance before I get that. But um, but yeah, I try to check my targets all the time, and you know, because sometimes, you know, it takes NECA a while to pump out some of these, like, you know, these figures, this stuff, because it's very detailed and it, you know, looks great, and I'm sure it's not cheap to produce. You know, I mean, you know, I mean, look at this stuff, man. You know I'm kind of rambling on, guys. It's just kind of a fun video, whatever. Who cares? Um, but look at this shit, man. I mean, this is so detailed. I'm glad NECA takes their time. I'm glad they don't just rush stuff out and it looks like half-assed, you know, because I think things like this look fantastic, and the Spider Gremlin back there, and you know, Terminator. You know, I'm glad they take their time. You know, old Chainsaw Clark here. You know, you know, I'm glad they take their time with it and everything. So, you know, that's all right. If they can't pump the stuff out fast enough, I'd rather get quality over quantity, you know, is basically what I'm saying. It sucks when the scalpers get there first. But that's why I'm telling you, you just got to try to get there every day, you know, or every other day, you know. But yeah, guys, yeah, it's been a lot of fun talking to you guys, showing some of this stuff off. Like I said, I'll do another, you know, toy video soon. Yeah, guys, I guess I will catch you on the next one. All right. Please, like I said, like the video, subscribe to the channel, you know, all that good shit. I do appreciate it. And catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.